plan of attack at quarterback this week is maybe see a bit of the same we saw last week?
Very similar. We got one more practice. See who takes the bull by the horns and really takes this week. And we got to feel confident who the starter is going to be. So we did some good stuff this week. We just got to have better performance last week.
What kind of comfort level does Nick give you?
Well, it gives me quite a bit of comfort level, right? I've coached him in two different organizations. Second time he's been here in this organization with me. He knows the offense, can see it. He's just more experienced as far as with his eyes and getting the ball out. Cam's getting there. He's a young kid. I mean, he still hasn't played a lot of football either, right? We can't expect him to be perfect, each week.
Do you like Nick's, ability to kind of assess the play a little bit more so than Cam and kind of be able to, having that veteran mentality of if the play's not there, well, then let's, hang on to it or get rid of it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing where Nick doesn't rely on his legs, right? So he's going through his progressions. Hey, if this isn't there, I'm coming down my drag. Where, Cam's not there, we run. Well, we got to get through our progressions. There's times where we could have thrown some drag routes on 2nd and 8. I know it's not at the sticks, but that guy's going to catch it and get vertical. We got to get the ball out of our hands. We got to continue to work through our progressions.
Offensively, what do you want to see from this group here on Sunday?
Yeah, we got to run it. We establish the run game like we always, plan on doing. Last week got away from it to try to get the quarterbacks a little bit more comfortable, but we got to run it. We got to establish line of scrimmage. We got to protect the passer too. They do a good job up front. We struggled a little bit some of the twist game last year, so we're walking through all those cards. Make sure we're getting taught. So I think our offensive line had a good week.
Good to get Flo back as well. I'm assuming starting to get healthy here as we hit the pretty important stretch of this season.
Yeah, no question. I mean, you lose him for 6 games. Our best pass rusher. We brought over here because he's so dynamic. And last year he was healthy. This year, it's not like he's injury prone. Sometimes just injuries happen. So it's unfortunate for him. We missed him for a good chunk, but now he's back. And now with Witten being gone, Flo's got to take over that leadership role for the defense.
Brian, special teams obviously in this league is abundantly important. What has John Haggerty provided your group, and just the things that he's worked on in the past, the past offseason, the hang time especially? What does he give this group on special teams?
Yeah, I mean, field position, right? He changes field position. We can punt and back him up from normally you're at midfield. We can be well past midfield for him to do that. His directional punting's been better too this year, so he's done a good job. I know he went to the lab at this offseason and has really improved.
Frazier Sopik as well has kind of emerged as a pretty vital part on defense. Playing along Winton, learning from Kevin Ivan. What have you seen from him this year?
Yeah, Soap's been great. Tried to get him last year. Ended up going to Hamilton and spent some time with him in Calgary. Knew what kind of player he was. His work ethic too, right? I mean, he's in there working his butt off, special teams and defense, right? He's getting it to both sides of the ball. So, very impressed with his addition.
Well, walk us through the emotions that you're probably feeling headed back to a place that you're very familiar with in Calgary.
Man, just excited to tell you the truth. Excited, trying to be humble, take it a day at a time and, just wait for that moment to come.
I mean, this season's been a big resurgence in your career. I mean, especially last year dealing with injuries. And just personally, how are you feeling health-wise, mental-wise, and just the excitement that you get going out in the field each and every other week?
Man, it's a blessing. I always say that, just to go out there and play another game. Like last year, millions of them got taken away from me, and I can't get back. But I'm healthy now, and I get to play on this awesome team and this front line, and it's just, something that I'm just going to keep taking advantage of and just keep pushing forward.
How good is it playing in front of that line each week?
It's special. I mean, I game plan each week differently this year, just knowing that they're going to give me some extra yards to start off. So, I'm taking each practice, working on my extra move and knowing the safety coming down and working on, just my move on him, knowing that I'm going to get that one-on-one shot with him.
I mean, obviously, last week against Winnipeg, difficult for the offense to find the end zone. Ryan just alluded saying that it's going to be a heavy run game this week. Is that something that you chop your teeth at and saying, okay, let's go, give me the ball, and I want to, lead this offense by example?
Yes, I mean, just like you said, no touchdown going into our last week. I mean, this week, that's the emphasis. So we're going to go in there, run that ball when we get in the goal line. Hopefully I go in there and punch it in there and break that ice. Because once we get one, I mean, we start, it's contagious. Cooksy's in there scoring. You got 80 in there, and we're just having fun. It's a party. So just breaking that ice is going to be big on there.
On the offense, I mean, is it difficult for you guys to kind of strategize with 2 quarterbacks the way that, this team's been playing here the last couple of weeks, whether it be Cam or Nick kind of coming in at different positions of the game?
I take pride in our offense. I mean, they're not blinking. I don't even think they know that's what we're doing. So, I mean, everybody's just worrying about, their job and moving forward, and our quarterbacks are handling what they're going to do. So I'm kind of excited that we have that type of look and, kind of switches it up and keep the defense off balance. So moving forward, I mean, I got 2 quarterbacks. That's actually cool to say.
All right, selfishly, making your return to Calgary, What's Kadeem Carey's day look like come Sunday? What are you hoping for?
But come Sunday, I mean, a win, and that's all I got to say. A nice, dirty ground and pound win.